Driving time.
We're just packing up, heading to the drive-in movie theater. Got our Costco hot dogs from earlier in the day, because there's nothing better than a cold Costco hot dog at the movie theater. Oh, Costco hot dogs. Guys, I see the movie screen.
No! We're here! We're here!
So far, we've been having a really awesome summer here in the Okanagan. Airbnb-ing our house out has given us lots of opportunities to get out and do more things. Last night we went to the drive-in movie theater. Later today we're going to go float the Enderby River. And we're just having a really memorable summer for us as a family. So at this point of our trip in the Philippines, we are still in Cebu City, and this day we decided to go to Bohol. Yeah, you heard me right. Bohol in a day.
That was a mistake, though. We honestly didn't know that there's actually tons of things to do in Bohol.
Yeah.
All we knew about was the chocolate hills.
And the Tarsiers.
So that's going to be something we're going to have to go back and revisit when we go back to the Philippines.
But a day is pretty quick.
We missed a lot. We know.
So on our one day in Bohol, we got up early at Cebu City and we caught the 8 o'clock ferry to Bohol. On the ferry, going to Bohol. Chocolate Hills, baby.
And the terminal was very, very confusing.
Yep. Like on the sign, it'll say it leaves every hour on the hour. And then all of a sudden it's like, why is this one leaving at like on the half hour? And I don't know. It's very confusing. But anyway, we had pre-arranged for a van to pick us up on the other side to drive us to the Chocolate Hills. At this point, the kids still thought that the Chocolate Hills were just hills made of chocolate. What do you think the Chocolate Hills are?
Chocolate?
You think they're chocolate?
Yeah.
A big hill of chocolate?
Yeah.
What do you think the Chocolate Hills are?
Chocolate?
Think it's made of chocolate?
Yeah.
Are you excited for it?
It's made out of chocolate.
Oh, are you excited for it?
Yeah.
So we thought we'd have a talk beforehand so that when they get there they wouldn't be extremely disappointed that they're not going to go explore a mountain of chocolate.
Trying to control those expectations.
Yeah. Manage the expectations.
Manage the expectations. As soon as we arrived in Bohol, it felt like we were in a different country. The landscape was very different, and it was just beautiful, kind of farmland. You're driving by rice paddies bordered by palm trees, and it was just kind of like gentle rolling hills. It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm. When we arrived at the Chocolate Hills, there's a flight of, I think, a couple hundred stairs to climb.
Yeah, for sure.
And that was fine. It wasn't too hot by that point. But there were a lot of people that we passed that were sitting down, taking breaks, and having trouble getting up there. So if you're not in any kind of decent shape, maybe plan on bringing water and a snack something to get up there. I don't know. But after climbing those stairs, that view from the top was beautiful. Like, you look out and it's just I think there's, like, they say roughly 1,500 of these chocolate hills in a very small, I think it's like 50 square kilometers or something like that. And so you just look out on this, thousands of these weird cone-shaped hills.
For as far as you can see.
It's
Just
so
a sea of hills.
it's so beautiful. Really, really nice.
Weird.
And geologists are kind of confused of why they're there, how they're shaped like that. I don't know, there's all kinds of legends, like giants were having a fight and throwing like mounds of earth at each other, and that's like the plops of but they really are cool. When I got up to the top, I saw a sign that said no drones after 8 a.m. What we ended up doing was driving down the road a little bit and just, the hills are everywhere, every direction. So we drove like 5 minutes down the road and took the drone off just off the side of the road.
From the Chocolate Hills, we went on to the Tarsier Sanctuary.
At the Tarsier Sanctuary, there's all kinds of animals, monkeys, snakes, all kinds of things. Butterfly sanctuary as well. And when we first pulled up, we saw this statue, this really strange statue of this guy just peeing. He just got it whipped out, just doing his thing. And then at the end, we noticed there was a lady as well. And it's a statue of her just squatting.
It is very... Did you get a video of it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's pretty
so
graphic.
So you can see. It's quite interesting.
That is messed up. What it is they think that her urine caused flowers to bloom.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So, I don't know. The tarsiers themselves were really cool. Tarsiers are the world's smallest primate, and they got these giant eyes.
And they're probably the size of your fist.
Yeah, probably the size of my fist. Like really, really small. Actually hard to get. I had just had the GoPro, so really hard to get footage of them because they're so small.
Yeah, you have to get so close to be able to focus on them. They're so tiny.
Mm-hmm. And the tarsiers are territorial. So in the sanctuary, they're not caged, they're not tied to anything or anything like that. They're free to go if they want, but because they're territorial, they always come back. I think you're basically guaranteed to see the tarsiers at the Tarsier Sanctuary. The only one thing about it is you have to keep extremely quiet, because if the tarsiers get agitated or afraid, they commit suicide. First question that I asked the lady is, I said, how would they commit suicide? Like, I don't think they're gonna, tie up a noose and string themselves in the tree. And she said that they bash their head into the tree.
I mean, what monkey, or what are they?
Primate.
What primate does that? I mean, what animal does that? If they get scared, their instinct is to bang their head against a tree.
But the kids really loved seeing the tarsiers. They all wanted to buy t-shirts with the tarsiers on them.
Oh, I'm not wearing mine.
You should have wore yours.
I'm going to wear mine. I had to get one too.
And then leaving the Tarsier Sanctuary, we noticed at the gift shop there's this aquarium full of leeches. And there's a sign on it saying, if you put your hand in and you get 10 leeches stuck to you, you get a free t-shirt.
So gross.
And I was so tempted to do it, and I wanted to do it, but then all I could think of was, how many other people do this? Like, if there's, 10 people a day I don't want something sucking someone else's blood and then sucking my blood. And mixing blood, I don't think is,
Not a good idea.
yeah, I don't think it's super hygienic.
Like, do they put fresh leeches in there every
No,
day?
no,
Probably
there's
not.
no way. So I decided to pass. I really wanted to do it to get the
It
t-shirt
was
and the story.
nasty looking.
But I decided for my own best interests, it was best to pass on this challenge.
I mean, how much is a t-shirt? Like $4 maybe?
Yeah, I probably could have just bought the shirt.
If you really wanted the t-shirt.
But it's the story. Like, I
Yeah.
got this shirt from, leeches sucking my blood. It's kind of a cool, like,
I mean, and if you get AIDS, you can just say, but hey, I got a t-shirt.
yeah.
Pepsi, but look at my tea.
Yeah, then we jumped back in the van and headed back to the ferry. And it was a long, like, I think it was about 4-hour trip either direction. So we had about 8 hours of traveling that day.
Which in hindsight is crazy because there's so much to do in Bohol. And if you're going that far, we should have
At least spent
at least a few nights.
yeah, a couple of nights. I don't know why we wouldn't have done that. In our time in Bohol, we could see that it's beautiful and we really would have enjoyed it. I mean, we did enjoy it. We really loved it, but we would have enjoyed staying there. I mean, a week would have been awesome. So after all that traveling and hiking up the stairs to the Chocolate Hills and hiking around the Tarsier Sanctuary, I would have thought the kids would have been dead tired when we got back. But they were goofy. Like,
Oh,
crazy.
was this the night?
This is the night that they were dancing around, acting like maniacs in their little pull-ups.
Now, William, sir, do the nose thing with it.
Here we go.
They'll be so embarrassed one day. They are both out of pull-ups now.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you watch next week when we continue to explore Cebu City. If you enjoyed this video, chances are you'll like our last videos, so please click here to watch our last video and click here to subscribe.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye!